and just press the stop button.
Thank you, Nur Aisha Arina from the government team. Now let us listen to the speech by the third speaker and the last member of the opposition team, Mr. Navin Vinosh Vanadran.
A very good morning, I bid to the Speaker of the House, honorable adjudicators, and members of the House. Now, we from the opposition side totally disagree with today's motion that says cyberspace isolates people more than connects them, simply because the efficiency in connecting through cyberspace is undeniable. Now, allow me as the third speaker of the opposition to rebut all the flimsy arguments put forth by the government side. Allow me to start with the first speaker of the government. Her point fell under the keyword illusion of being connected. She said that families are nowadays not connected. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she said that he kept on saying that isolation happens within families, but she did not say how cyberspace influences these isolations. Isolations can be caused in families because of relationship problems, not because of cyberspace. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker of the government also said that it's better when it's in real life physical touch. So, does that apply? If I go and beat up a small little kid, does it mean that I'm connecting with a kid? You don't really have to have a physical comparison with someone to be able to connect with them. So this is a totally invalid point.
Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am.
You're focusing on the negative one. What about all the positive one where you offer, you comfort, and all? Thank you.
What? Okay, for example, if you were to say I love you to a person in real life and on the computer, it would mean the same thing. And nowadays with Skype, chat, you see the person in real life. I would like you to please tell me how the difference is, with Skype chat and meeting a person in real life is. Moving on to the second speaker of the government. Her first point fell on the keyword of robs people of real life emotions. Now, she gave examples on how the baby dies. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why the baby died is not because of cyberspace. The baby died because of the parent was too careless. I would like the government to reaffirm their examples. Denied, accepted, right?
You do not see that the cyberspace is the cause of how the parents got too focused and didn't even remember their own child?
I ask you, ma'am, did cyberspace tell them to leave the child alone? Cyberspace alone cannot influence you, but a parent's uncareness for the child causes them not to neglect the child, not cyberspace. Now, because the second speaker of the government did not provide us with a third point, I will now rebut their rebuttals against us. Now, the second speaker of the government rebutted us and said that how do you know that people will send emoticons to other people? Well, how else are people going to express their feelings to each other if they do not send emotions? Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the third speaker of the government, she rebutted our first point in saying that we should travel more, we should travel to Tokyo and all. But you do not realize that not everyone can afford to travel all the time. Where else? Where else on the internet you are allowed to go to all sites? For example, as given by my second speaker, you can know about the well-being of Japan, and you can know about the issues going on currently. You don't have to travel to the place to know about it. Now, she talked about sign language. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people here know sign language? Do you yourself know sign language? Many people nowadays do not know sign language, and people who are deaf do not understand our language, and we do not understand their language. The best way for us to understand each other is through text. And how do we text? Cyberspace. Now, she rebutted our third point by saying that we should go to Japan to comfort them. Now, she said that it's the feeling. Sorry, she said that the feeling is different. So let me ask you: to have the feeling to care someone, do you have to go to Japan? Are you asking the whole Malaysia to go to Japan just to care for them? No, ma'am. Now, before I end my speech, I would like to wrap up points from the opposition side. Now, the opposition's first point falls under the keyword superior medium of communication. second point from the opposition side falls under the keyword connects the world. And the third point from the opposition side falls under the keyword giving more opportunities to connect and to communicate. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to reaffirm a stand that we, the opposition, totally disagree with today's motion that cyberspace isolates people more than connects them, simply because the efficiency in connecting people through cyberspace is simply undeniable.
Yeah, the reply speech, opposition.
You have heard the points delivered by the third speaker from the opposition team. And now, the House will allow each team 3 minutes to prepare their reply speeches. The clock starts now.
Oh, he didn't do 111. Yeah. Look at that. Was the kind of the last the time and the
Ladies and gentlemen, members of this House, the reply speech session shall now commence. The second speaker from the opposition team will deliver his reply speech first. Please welcome Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Sultan.
Very good morning once again. I would like to thank the Madam Speaker and members of the August House. We, the members of the opposition, would like to now give you our reply speech. This debate can be summed up in a two-word verdict: assumptions and over-generalization. The government's over-enthusiastic mission to try and approve this motion, they have on many occasions based their arguments on mere assumptions and over-generalized the whole population of humanity to be child-neglecting cyberspace abusers that could not function in society. The government's burden of proof was simply to show how cyberspace separates us and makes all of us alone. Their points, however, sound like the ramblings of a technophobic grandma that lived through the ages of letters and World War II. Well, at least there's a difference. The grandma can give 3 or more. This is their first glaring error. They gave only 2 points. First off, the illusion of being connected, and second, it robs people of real communications in the real world. Now, both of these points, as we have stated in our rebuttals throughout the course of this debate, have been shown to only be assumptions and based off of overgeneralizations, thinking that all of humanity, once exposed to a cyberspace and communicating through cyberspace, simply suddenly just stops being able to talk with people with their voice in real life. Of course, if you have any rationality, this is obviously not true. They have failed to uphold their burden of proof, and at the same time, they have also failed to prove how cyberspace isolates people more than it connects them. Now, keep in mind, flailing your arms about begging for attention does not in any way prove their case, as they have also been subjects to overreactions and over-enthusiastic hand gestures just to try and prove their case. Now, at the same time, our points were, first, a superior medium of communication, second, how it connects the world, and third, how it gives an opportunity to communicate, to connect and communicate. Now, we leave it to you to decide whether or not we have done our job correctly as the opposition to uphold our burden of class and to oppose whatever they have said and oppose today's motion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the year 2013, in the 21st century. Technology has come a long way. Technology only gets better and cheaper. If you want to usher in technology for the prosperity of humanity in the next generations, then I urge you, oppose today's motion. But if you want humanity to go back to living in caves and sending smoke signals to other colonies, then why not? Go with the government. I'm not judging. We've come a long way from smoke signals and messenger pigeons, ladies and gentlemen. Technology, or in this case cyberspace, is worldwide. If you're not going with the flow, and if you're not going with the growth of technology, the growth that will bring benefits, and only benefits to humanity, then it's your choice and I can do nothing about it. But I hope that throughout the course of this debate, some of you may remain with the same opinions that you have before the start of the debate, while some of you may change your opinions that you had before the start of the debate into something new and something different that you thought you may not be able to think about. Which is it? I'm not going to, as I said earlier, I'm not going to judge, and it's your choice. With that, we, the opposition, would like to state that we totally disagree with today's motion, which is cyberspace isolates people more than connects them, because the efficiency of cyberspace in connecting people is simply undeniable, no matter what the government says. With that, we'd like to say thank you.
Okay, I'm not actually confident. There is no reward. It's a new word. Podcast.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Lokman. And now, to end the session, I would like to call upon Ms. Christina Nadia Zulkarnain from the government team to present her reply speech.
Very good morning, I meet yet again. We meet again in the reply speech area. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here to deliver the reply speech, and I will summarize the points of the government team and also our rebuttals. Ladies and gentlemen, our first point is the illusion of being connected that cyberspace gives. Ladies and gentlemen, what we mean when we say this is that yes, cyberspace, it does provide connection and all, but the isolation that comes from those connections is way much bigger than what the connection has. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand that we are not saying that cyberspace completely replace everyone else, and oh, you can't connect at all in the real world. No, ladies and gentlemen, please understand. We are trying to say that it just isolates people more than what it connects. Our second point, which the government team, which the opposition team has obviously not heard, since they keep on harping on about how we did not present it, is information and knowledge on cyberspace does not help people to be truly connected. My second speaker did present that point, but they did not hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, my second speaker has said how the knowledge that we learn from cyberspace, we cannot use it in real life. She gave us an example of how you can learn to play football, but when you try to do it in real life, you might not be able to do it since the skills are not there. All you do it on the cyberspace, all you have to do is click the mouse, you point to this, you point to that, you click on this, you click on that, and then you win. But in real life, you need to have the physical touch, you need to have the human touch to actually play the game. Our third point is that it robs people of the real connection in the real world. Ladies and gentlemen, as I have said, we need the human touch factor. This is a very important factor, as my third speaker has said. When we want to offer comfort, when we want to offer condolences, we need the human touch, the physical touch, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to now summarize our rebuttals. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposition's first point is the superior medium to communicate. About how cyberspace is the superior medium to communicate. Ladies and gentlemen, please. The government team has already provided rebuttals on how this is not necessary, ladies and gentlemen. The cyberspace, yes, it is advanced, yes, it has many benefits, but can we keep up to it? Are we able to stay focused on it? Ladies and gentlemen, the cyberspace will provide isolation, as I have said countless of times, ladies and gentlemen, please. The second point was how it connects the world. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it will connect the world, but yet again, the physical factor, ladies and gentlemen, the emotional factor. The third speaker has also answered my POI with saying I love you on the screen and also in real life. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, there is a big difference. When you say it on the screen, you're just typing out words. You're typing out words, and then when you say it in real life, you're saying it face to face. You cannot avoid the truth when you say it in real life, ladies and gentlemen. The third point was that it gives more opportunities to communicate. Ladies and gentlemen, please, we have already said that yes, you can communicate, you can connect, but the isolation that leads to it is way more than the communication and connection that it will provide. Ladies and gentlemen, with that now done, I would now like again to reaffirm our stand that we of the government team fully support today's motion. This House believes that cyberspace isolates people more than connects them, simply because we believe that it will lead people, simply because we believe that people will be alienated from the truth. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.